Hey y'all, it's your girl Charity B, and welcome to the I'm Enough Mastering Self-Love podcast. This podcast was designed for both men and women who are in the process or wanting to start their self-love journey. Here we discuss many topics related to self-love that promotes healthy habits that will help support your mental and emotional health, boost self-confidence, and self-worth. So get ready. This is something you don't want to miss. If you like what you hear in this episode, feel free to DM me and leave comments on my Instagram page at im.enoughmsl. Hey y'all, welcome back to the I'm Enough Mastering Self-Love podcast. It's your girl Charity B. As usual, I hope you guys are doing great out there and had a productive week. If it wasn't productive and it was your rest week, I hope you got all the rest that you needed. I think for me personally, I'm trying to make this my rest week, and it's just unintentionally busy. But you know how adulting is. It's draining and it's tedious. But hey, one thing Charity is going to do is find some time for herself. Trust me, I'm going to figure it out. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications, as well as share the podcast with your loved ones, your family and friends. Even people you rarely associate with, because we all need a little boost in our self-esteem. We'll learn how to promote self-growth as well as love ourselves on a deeper level. And what is a better way of doing that than following a self-love podcast by yours truly? Right? Don't forget to also follow my Instagram page at im.enoughmsl. Don't be scared to reach out, because if y'all haven't noticed, we are friends now. So, because we own this journey together, and it's important for us to stay connected so you can see when the next episode is going to be released and what it's going to be about, and just get you some inspiration throughout the week. So don't be scared to reach out, and also follow and stay connected with me. I like hearing from you guys. I always say this, but I do. I like hearing from you guys. I like to hear where you came from and how you are growing as a person from the time before you started listening to the podcast to now. So, yeah, don't be scared to reach out, y'all. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop into this week's episode. This is episode number 13, and it's about tips for overcoming mental block. Let's promote self-growth. Now, what are mental blocks? Or what is mental block? Mental block is something that can hinder us, and it can affect our creativity, productivity, and our motivation, and those things we do not like. We all had those moments where we just feel like we can't bring ourselves to do anything productive. We just want to lay around and soak, and there's nothing wrong with that. We have those moments. Or like you have those moments like you just want to complete a task, but you can't figure out how to even do the task, or something that you've been doing all your life, and now you come to it, you don't even remember the steps. Like, you just can't bring your mind to want to think and do the things correctly how you want to, especially when you need it done in a timely manner and you just can't figure it out. And it can be very frustrating. And sometimes you just want to scream and throw things, and that's okay. You should do that. Trust me. It works. It helps a little bit, not that much. But if you are experiencing mental block, that just means it's time for a break, okay? So some things that causes mental block are fatigue. If your body is tired, your brain becomes tired and you can't think. You can't overwork yourself to where you're not useful anymore, because at the end, the more you try to overwork yourself for that long period of time, the longer it's going to take you to need to revamp and recharge. We all have to know when it's time to take that battery out our back and put it on the charger so we can get ourselves together. And what's the use of overworking yourself and making yourself feel so tired? Eventually, you're going to actually get sick for real. You're going to get a cold and you're like, where this came from? Well, your body is starting to shut down because you're overusing, you're overworking, and you're not replenishing it with the rest that you need, or eating the adequate amount of nutrition that you need in order to get through the day or the week. So that's the time where you need to step back and be like, okay, child, it's time to get me together. Other thing that causes mental block is clutter. It could be mental clutter. You know how I always say, I always reference back to SpongeBob when the episode, I got to put a clip in there too, because it's so funny. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but he was just going through the files like that, going through the files. If your mind is cluttered, of course you can't think. And physical clutter. Oh my gosh. When things around you are just out of whack, how would that help promote any type of, productivity. Honestly, it won't. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm looking around because it's one of those times for me. Like, I can't think because I have a lot of clutter, but it's a lot going on this week. So I'm trying to wait till Friday. But honestly, y'all, I think after I record this episode, I'm going to go drop my packages off at the post office. But I'm coming back and clean my house a little bit because I feel like I'm starting to get in that space, that head space where I'm like, okay, I don't want to be productive, and everything and everybody is irritating me, like everything. So it's like, I know it's time for me to, get myself together. As for y'all who are watching me, obviously you can see that I'm not really, I'm not, I'm like, I'm making it, but I'm trying to make it. Put my little scarf on, but I did slick my edges for y'all, for those who can see me. But anyways, clutter, mental clutter, that's the thing. Physical clutter. If your house look a mess or your room look a mess, all you're gonna do produce is mess, because it's just too much going on. So sometimes it's time, once you pick up a little, even if you just pick up one thing, because I think I'm not cleaning my whole house. I'm gonna clean my living room and my bedroom. I'm gonna try. But if you clean up just a little bit at a time, you'll feel that release, getting better, in your head. You can think more. You can think a little clearer. Also, when your body is stressed out, or when you're stressed out, it's less likely for you to be productive. We all have that stress hormone called cortisol. If it's too high, your body's stressed out, you start shutting down, you get frustrated, and then everything around you just, like I said, producing more mess. Procrastination is another thing. Yes, sometimes we have those moments we just want to push things to the back burner, but that's not okay all the time, because when you finally do the task, you got to rush to finish it, and it doesn't come out as good as it should be. So we have to start, like, not pushing things to the back burner, even though it sounds fun. But I think that adds more stress overall. I don't know, for me personally. I mean, as a college student, I used to procrastinate a lot. I'm pretty sure we all have as college students, or if you are a college student. You do that now. You procrastinate and put things on the back burner. Oh, we can do that assignment later. And then Friday night, 2 o'clock in the morning, stressed out. Don't let it be due at 11:59 that same day. Then you got to spend 2, 4, maybe the whole day trying to get that project completed before 11:59 just so you can return it in. And then you stressed out the whole day. So yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. But something else that can cause mental block is the environment you're in, your work environment. If you overworked, underpaid, toxic work environment, or just feel like you're not making enough financially, or you're not financially secure by the job you're working, and it actually is making your living arrangements worse, that can cause stress on your body. That can cause you not to be able to think, because I get it. That's all I gotta say is I get it. When you're not happy where you work, it actually affects your life 10 times more than you can imagine, because that's where you spend 90% of your time during the week. Your home environment can also cause mental block. If you are around toxic family members, you can't get no peace, you don't have your own privacy, or you don't have a place where you can just go and just breathe, it can cause a lot of mental blockage where you can't really do nothing until you fix those unstable things in your home or your work environment or in your life. So now we need to go about how we're going to fix these things. Like I said, I'm in it right now. Like, I feel like I'm in that mental block stage. So what a perfect day to actually really talk about these things. So since we all have gone through this, are we currently going through it like I am right now? We're going to talk about some different tips that I also would follow myself, or I currently follow, in order to get myself back on track. And it's not a one and done thing. It happens throughout life. It happens throughout adulthood. I think the first thing that we need to do is like stop realizing or stop focusing on the mental block itself and work on trying to fix it. What can we do about it? Yeah, you're experiencing mental block. Yeah, you have this moment where you don't be productive, but don't focus on just that one thing. You need to focus on how to fix the problem, finding a solution to your mental block in order for you to be productive, creative, and feel motivated again. Okay. And I think it's important too not to stay or focus on it too long. Like I said, it's okay to like experience mental block or not being productive. Take that moment when you need to take a step back, but don't stay in it too long because it can lead to you feeling depressed and even more frustrated and not happy with your life or happy with yourself. And you don't want to get that far because then it's hard to get up out of depression and you don't want to be there. So that's the first thing I would say. Stop focusing on the mental block itself and let's try to find a solution. So let's go ahead and get some solutions, some tips out there. The first one I would say, of course, my personal favorite is take a break. You know, take a break. Sometimes you just need a PTO time. Y'all know how I always say PTO time. Sometimes it's just you just need to take a step back. You just need to call in for the day. If you have to take a personal day, treat yourself. Go out, get your toes done, your nails done. Men, get your your manicure, pedicure. Feed yourself. Take you out, buy yourself a meal. Just look outside. Sometimes even when especially for people who work from home like me, these four walls are not very pleasant. I'm tired of looking at the white wall all the time. And sometimes it can be depressing itself and you need to go outside and look at how pretty it is because it's sometimes, okay, I be in the house too long. Like I said, I work from home. Ain't no need for me to go outside and waste gas. But sometimes when I go out there, I realize how beautiful it is. And I'm like, dang, I have to come outside more. I have to let the wind hit my face, the sun kiss my face. Like I have to go outside and experience these things and take advantage of nature, just so I can breathe again. I can't keep breathing this indoor atmosphere. I got to go outside and get some oxygen from the outside, from the plants, So take a break, go outside, experience nature, focus on you. If you got to sleep, because sometimes sleeping is a break too. Take naps. I love me some naps when I can take them. And like I said, putting that PTO time, tell that job bye. Get somebody else to do it because I'm not here for it. I have to go. And if they can't understand that, don't listen to me. Because I always say if they can't understand that, then leave. But, we can't all just up and just leave. Well, sometimes also turning on music helps. I like music. Music sometimes helps me. It brings me to a place that is not reality. Some of y'all can relate if y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it just brings me to a place where I don't feel like I'm in the same place. I'm somewhere else. And if I don't feel like listening to my favorite music, I'll listen to something that soothes me, like thunder music. I mean, not thunder music, thunder sounds. What's it called? Rain sounds. I'll listen to that. I have a meditation playlist specifically for times where I feel stressed out. And I will lay there in my bed for at least an hour or two just listening to soothing music. I could be scrolling on social media and still be listening to my meditation playlist. But just giving my brain some release because music just kind of like soothes my soul. Even if it's just not, like I said, it's not actual like my favorite song. I think just listening to something is kind of soothing. It helps me calm down, work on my breathing. Helps me like notice my breathing, how I breathe and what is agitating me. And it allows me, I guess you not really say self-reflection. It just gives you, I'm practicing mindfulness. I'm mindful of how I'm feeling and mindful how me doing this technique is causing me to be more calmer. The third thing I would say is workout. Now, that helps me too. I do that too. Actually, I couldn't go to the gym today because I said I got to record and I got other stuff to do. But tomorrow, I'm finna go hard. I'm finna be in there lifting them weights. Like, I'm finna be in there getting my guns because if I feel frustrated mentally, physically, or I just been angry, or my job has just been making me mad, I go to the gym and I be in there going crazy, be on that Stairmaster or just be on the treadmill walking. Like 10 minutes is all I need, and I promise you, I feel so much better. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I'm not as angry. I use my frustration and anger to give me some motivation to keep going. So like, or like to get through it, like my workout, to push through the workout. And not only do I, work some pounds or inches off, but I also get that dead weight off of my shoulders. I feel better about myself. And not to say that's that one and done workout going, it might, one and done workout might help, but I mean, keep doing it. You don't gotta be, or you ain't gotta put yourself at risk of getting back into that stage where you feel unproductive, or you're less likely to do that. Okay. The fourth thing I say, vent. Vent. Venting. 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 You don't have to vent to somebody all the time. It don't have to be a person. Honestly, I'm not really a type of person to just want to express what I'm going through all the time. I don't know. I feel like something's just for me, and I don't have to express everything I'm going through. Like, it's not, I don't know. I guess I'm not the type of person to like want advice unless I've asked for it. Because I usually try to figure it out on my own, and I don't know. It kind of works for me, but that's me. But I'll sit in here and vent to God. I'll sit here and just talk it out or cry it out or whatever. Like, I just sit here and just talk it out. As long as I get it out of my system. Sometimes you need somebody to hear you too, though. So if you can find like a good friend or somebody that you know that's just going to listen. Sometimes people don't need you to actually answer back to them. They just need to get whatever they feeling out their system. So I call, my best friend, or I'll call my mama and I'll just tell her what I'm going through, if that, or I'll just sit here, like I said, and talk to God. Who else better to talk to than God? Sometimes you just need somebody to hear you, somebody to listen, and you just got to detox those negative feelings. And you got to get yourself back on balance. There's nothing wrong with venting. And for you people out there who are kind of like me, maybe, and don't really like to talk about their emotions, don't know how to really express their emotions, trust me, I get it. It takes time. But don't be scared to let that wall down and let what you're feeling out, because I'm here to tell you that bottling it up for so long only is going to eat you up alive and stress you out. And if you feel like that it's not stressing you out or not causing any type of negative, mishaps to your life, you're wrong. Trust me, eventually it's going to like show that you bottling up all that information and sadness and anger builds up over time, and it can affect you in a bad way. And you might show in a way where you think, okay, well, you come to realize, oh dang, my temper is kind of like crazy. Or you like, well dang, I do feel stressed. My neck is hurting, my back is hurting. When you stressed out, like right here behind your neck, it feel like it's puffy or it's tense. That's that stress and all of that emotions that you've been carrying for years. If it haven't even been years, months, days, whatever, you've been carrying it for this long, and it's building up, and it's actually tearing you down and affecting your body. And I don't know about y'all, I know when my body is stressed out, I either looked inflamed. I know a lot of people, when they stressed out, they lose weight. I don't want to say y'all lucky, but you kind of are. I'm the type of person, if I'm stressed out, I get inflamed. And so I look puffier and you still start looking like, what I say, death. I don't, And that's when it's like, okay, it's starting to affect you. So don't be scared to start letting that wall down. Like I said, you ain't got to go sit down and tell therapist or everybody your business all at once, because it's just not going to happen. But don't be scared to take those individual steps, those little small steps. Get a little information, just a little bit, and see how getting that little piece of information or a little bit of emotion off your chest makes you feel. And I ain't gonna lie, like when I started doing it, I felt good. I felt good about it. I'm still in that point where I'm like, and I think this never gonna change about me though. I'm not gonna give you everything, and I'm not gonna tell everybody everything I'm going through, because it's not about them knowing my business or anything. Like I always said, it's not about that. It's just that you don't want to just, you know, unload all that on someone. For one, how do you know that they know how to deal with what you're going through? I guess I like to still keep that little secrecy for myself, to have some type of vulnerability with myself, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't. That's why I'm like, if you don't really want to vent to nobody else, you vent to God, if that's the case. But some things you just gotta keep for yourself, and that's how I feel. I feel like I still stand on that. But then again, though, like I said, if you might be that person like, I don't want nobody to know about my business, I don't feel like a burden. You're not a burden, because if somebody can upload they BS on you, then you should be able to do the same with them. And if they care about you enough, they would want you to vent rather than to be unhappy with yourself as well. And how do you know if that person can't relate to you unless you talk about it? And they could probably relate to you and give you some pointers that actually help you. So don't be scared to vent and to open up a little bit. You ain't gotta be the Grinch before he grew a size. Y'all know that's my favorite person. If y'all ain't know, I love the Grinch because maybe we're relatable. But yeah, it's okay. You ain't gotta be you can't be stone heart cold all your life. You're never gonna be able to experience real genuine love at that. And you know, the feeling of your heart being warm, it's actually nice. This is starting to get cringy because I don't talk about these things. But yeah, y'all, I know I got my own issues, but I'm working on it. That's why I got the Self Love podcast, but I'm working on it. So yes, vent. It's important to vent. The next thing I would say, or another tip that I would give, is to take care of yourself. Like I said, like one of the reasons why you can have mental block is fatigue, being tired. Feed yourself. Get your 8 hours of sleep. And I know sometimes it's kind of hard to get 8 hours of sleep, especially if you work evening shifts or you work overnight. It's kind of hard because you still have to be able to do things throughout the day to get your business taken care of before you go to work. Or, you know, a lot of things happen, but make sure that you take some time to get your rest. Like sleep, please. Not 2 hours sleep, not no cat nap. Get some sleep. If you got to, call in. If you don't ever call in from work, call out. Sorry, y'all. Call out. Call out from work. If you never called out before, one calling out won't do you crazy. You need it. You need the rest. Get the rest. Don't forget to feed yourself. I feel like this is a tip for me too, because sometimes like I don't eat like that. Like I probably eat once or twice a day and go on my business. I kind of snack, but it's important to feed yourself too, because if you don't get the nutrition you need, you either gonna get real small, you can get real big, or you're gonna eat the wrong things and gain weight, and then a lot of things happen to your skin and your body, and you just don't feel or look like yourself. And you don't want to ever be in that place where you feel or you think you don't look like yourself, then you start getting sad and depressed. So we not trying to do that. So don't forget to take care of yourself. Drink your water. It's important. 4 bottles of water today. It ain't that hard. You better down that water. Drink your water. Get your skin looking good by drinking your water. You just got to keep in mind, the longer that you are under the weather or not feeling well, or the more you're not productive, that's less time taken away from some progress that you really can make and be further than what you are. So it kind of backlogs you. So keep that in mind, that you have to take care of yourself, because if you don't, you're not going to complete the things that you need to complete anyways, because you spend so much time overextending yourself to the point where you just don't feel good no more. And you're not good for yourself or anyone else. You won't be good to do anything, you know? So take care of yourself, y'all. Give yourself some freedom. Have some fun. Go out and stop bringing your work home. Well, I personally got work at home, but I promise you, when I cut that computer off, I'm not worried about e-tech. I'm sitting down in my bed, getting ready to go to sleep, playing a game or doing something that makes me happy, which is my bed, and laying down and about to go to sleep. Those are my favorite things. But yeah, don't take your work home. Leave that mess at your job. They can't do nothing for you at the house, and you can't do nothing for them at the house. So leave that madness at the workplace. Your house is supposed to be your peaceful relaxation, the place that's home to you, where you feel at place. So don't bring that madness to your house and to your family. Okay, worry about spending time with your family, your friends, and things that make you happy. Feeding yourself, sleeping, things that you actually need. Yeah, you need work, but not really. I'm just playing. But yeah, don't do that. Well, do that. Take care of yourself. Okay. I would also say, like, because one of the reasons were, clutter. So tidying up the place, keeping the place up to par, make it. I mean, you have your moments where you ain't trying to like do much. Well, you have those moments where you don't want to like always clean up the house. Like, who's gonna do that? Especially, I ain't gonna lie, cleaning up the house is a lot of work. It is. It's a lot of work. It's a full-time job. Because the moment you clean up, the next day it's kind of cluttered because you can't find anything. Well, that just means it's time for early spring cleaning. If you clean and then the next day it's just back to craziness or crazy town. And I think that's where I'm at now. Like, well, it is two of us in here, but still, like, I feel like crazy town, and I can't find anything once I put it up, so I have to like go crazy. You know how it is, girls, when you go in your closet, you're like, I need an outfit, and you start taking out every single thing because one outfit didn't work. Okay, let's try the next, but we didn't put it back in the closet because we trying to hurry up and get where we're going. So yeah, that causes clutter to clothes. It just be a lot going on, but I know that it's time for me to do some spring cleaning because I cannot. What Jocelyn said? Y'all watch y'all know Jocelyn from Love and Hip Hop and also Jocelyn Cabaret when she was having her baby in her the little poo, her home birth. She was like, I cannot. I'm sorry, y'all. That was just so funny to me because that's what popped into my head. But yeah, tidying up a bit can help you with your mental block. Your room, your workspace, or create an area where you can just relax, I don't personally think I have that. I just have my bed. That's my home place. Or like that's my safe space. I just I have like sleeping caps. And then I also have one. My uncle and my cousin got me this for Christmas. It's a mask, but it has like earbuds in it. And like I'll put that on in the morning and I'll meditate. Get you one of those. I definitely would recommend. 10 out of 10. But like I said, that's my safe space. Find a safe space in your home where you could just go and just breathe, relax. The next tip I would give is to have a balance with work and play. You can't keep working and have no type of play, no type of fun, no type of getaway, none of that. Because the more you work, the more frustrated with life you're going to be. You're going to be like, you're going to sit back and be like, is this all that there is to life? And I don't know about y'all, but I cannot work a year straight and then not have no break. Like, I just can't. I don't like my job that much. I don't even like it at all to be sitting here and be able to work many, many years straight without taking PTO time. Now, if you can, kudos to you. And I'm glad you like your workspace enough to be able to do that. But I know I need a mental break or I'm going to break down because, like, what is this? What is this? Like, I can't do it. So I think it's important to have a work and play balance in your life. You need to, if you got to, go out with your friends, go out with the guys a little bit, hang out. Sometimes date nights. And sometimes you do need a break from the relationship if y'all especially if you live in a house together and y'all always see each other 24/7. So sometimes you need a break for them. So yeah, go out with the guys, go out with the girls. There's nothing wrong with that. Keeping your individuality and having fun without your significant other. That is totally fine. And having fun with your significant other, taking trips, doing a weekend getaway. Like last week, I don't know, the weekend after my birthday, me and my boyfriend, because our birthdays actually are probably like 2 to 3 weeks apart. I'm born on January 28th. He's born on February 11th. And so is my mother. So it's cute. But anyways, we always select a date either on my birthday or after my birthday. Like on my 24th birthday, we went to Vegas. And this past birthday, we went to a hotel in like the city center in Houston. And It was actually pretty fun, and I am glad I went, even if it was for a day. It was great. I was a break from my four walls. And like, I think I really don't care to be at home that much because I work from home. And so it's like my home is my work. So it's like, that's not really an escape. But what I have known, or what I've done now, is like when I'm off, I'll go throw my computer in the corner. Literally, I'll turn it off and throw it in the corner. Cause no, my living room should be about me relaxing on my off days. But back to what I was saying, the going away just that one weekend or that one day did me justice, and I definitely needed. When I came back, I felt better. So do those things. Go out. Treat yourself as well if you don't have nobody to spend time with. But just get away. Get away. Have a balance where you are enjoying yourself. Do things that make you happy. Your life is not all about work, and your work is not your life. And you know what I'm trying to say. I ain't gonna say it because I ain't gonna cuss them out, but forget them. Cause nah, this is you gotta get away. You gotta get that release. You gotta take that break. You gotta do the things that you need to do in order for you to be okay. Okay. But now that you have heard some of my tips, you're ready to, start taking those steps to getting back from having that mental block and being productive and creative. But it's not like you gotta. Sometimes that break gets you to snap back into it right quick, and you can go full fledged. But I promise you, once you get yourself together and you get rid of this mental block, all these ideas are just going to come flooding in. It's just a temporary blockage that just needs to be removed. It's like a river flowing, and there's a log in the way, and the water just can't get past. So the water's just going, but there's nothing on the other side. But the moment you move that log, the water just comes flowing in. And that's just how it is when you have a mental block. We just need a moment. We just need a moment to take a step back. So don't abuse yourself and don't take that step back, because it's going to show when you don't. And we ain't trying to look like death. Like, I've seen it on people. Jobs be making people look like death. I ain't trying to look like that. I feel like I've seen people at my job look like that, because I had two friends who worked there, and one of them looked like the job was tearing them down. But I told her, girl, I don't know, I ain't got that far, but I know I'm starting to look like something. I'm getting away soon, because I cannot. Again, I cannot. Well, now we can start making those small steps now, since the log has been removed and the water is flowing in, and everything is getting hydrated again. We're finally recharged. If you can't go full fledged into it and the eyes is just not spilling in how you want it to, that's fine. That happens too. Sometimes it's just like, okay, we just need a little bit of blood flow to get circulation. We need to rub the spot just so the blood can start circulating again. So it's okay to take small steps. If you have to, make a list of everything you need to do from smallest to biggest, and then start with the smallest task at hand and complete that. And as you complete that task, the more easier it gets. It comes back to you on what you need to do and how to complete it. At that point, okay, we done knocked out 3 things on my list of 10 things. Bet. We almost there. Let's get it. Everything's just going to start moving like that. It's going to start moving fast. And you're like, okay, it's finally coming back to me. After we done massaged the area and the blood is flowing now the whole body is just getting the oxygen and blood that they need in order to keep going. Your brain is getting the oxygen it needs. Sometimes you just gotta sit there and just rub your temples too. That helped me. I'm doing it now. But yeah, y'all, don't let mental blocks overconsume you. We all get to that point where we need a break. It's just deciding to take that break when we need it, and knowing when to take that break. You have to know yourself enough to know when it's like, all right, y'all, stop. Phone on do not disturb. Social media, delete it. Everything. Sometimes you need to stop. Well, sometimes, if that's not for you to be deleting social media and, not talking to people, then that's totally fine. But me personally, I don't like all that noise in one ear. I don't need you to keep telling me about what's going on with you, or what's going on in your life. And I already got enough on my plate, because then it's going to make me feel more frustrated. So sometimes I have to be like, all right, I don't talk to nobody. Nobody, not nobody. I just want to talk to myself. I want to talk to God. I want to be by myself. I just want quiet. I love quiet, peace, and quiet. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, it's important to take those breaks when you need to take that break. And it's the last thing I want to say to you guys. It just goes to show that just doing a little bit of self care and having a healthy work balance are essential to your mental health or having a healthy mental state. If we don't have these simple little things or do these little things for ourselves, it could throw us all out of whack and it can mess up the whole equilibrium that we got going on. So that just goes to say, make your mental health your top priority, okay? Keep your mental sane. Don't let nobody throw you off or don't let anything throw you off, get you to the point where you about to break down. Don't let it get that far. Don't focus on what's going on and what state you in now. Focus on finding the solution in order to get your mental health back on track. Okay? Well, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you did enjoy this episode and I hope you took something from it, some tips that you can use in your everyday life. Again, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram page at iam.enough. MSL. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notification and to share the podcast. I hope you have the great rest of your week. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.